Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. I have got 5 cards to share with you that I've created using the Spellbinders large die kit of the month for February. Here I'm giving you a quick look at what was included and the sample on the back that they have given. They have called this Art Studio Abstracts, and I had so much fun playing around with all of this. So I took all of the dies and I cut out a bunch of the shapes. I didn't really have anything in mind. I just wanted to give myself a bunch of things to play around with and put together to see what type of design I could come up with. So I have cut these out of mostly Stamp Market cardstock. The colors I'm using are Blush, Bubble, Cherry, Melon, Citrine, Leafy, Emerald, Tropic, and Party. I've also then pulled in some of the Spellbinders gold mirror foil paper and MFT's navy, which is called After Midnight. So I've started out here by taking 5 card panels, and these are all trimmed to 4x5 1/4. And some of the shapes that were included just punched out little holes or dots or like sort of plus signs or crosses. And I used those to just create some backgrounds that I could then layer all of these abstract pieces on top of. So here you'll see I've started with the navy and I've got the 2 circles there up at the top. I just sort of did that randomly on each of the different panels, just trying to get a different type of look to play around with. So as you can see, I am just taking the pieces, laying them out, and then once I get something that I'm happy with, I will add some art glitter glue and just press those all into place. I've done these cards slightly different because I was creating, backgrounds like this. So I've done this in sort of assembly line style. I have kept things sped up for the most part because I wanted to show you my process of pulling things in and out and working, until I got something that I was happy with. So I'm gonna pop in and out, and I will sort of turn the music up and down as I'm speaking, wherever I feel it's necessary for me to pop in. But otherwise, I'm just going to let this run at this faster speed, and you can sort of check out the process of how I've put all of these 5 panels together. So once I had my panels finished, I wanted to, of course, add my sentiments. I'm using the stamp set that was included in the February card kit from Spellbinders. It had some really great sentiments. They were really the perfect size to sort of squeeze in along some of these larger clusters of the abstracts. And I just sort of picked the ones that I thought would fit best. So here on this light blue, I'm stamping out You Were Born to Sparkle. And I am using my Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink for all of this. Here on this pink panel, I was very lucky. My panel was shifted up slightly. So you'll see as I'm stamping that, I wanted that a little more centered between the purple and blue smaller circles, but luckily I was able to still keep the whole sentiment on that red circle. Now here I have fast forwarded a bit. I thought it would be fun to add some gold on this dark blue panel. However, when I stamped it, when I heat set the gold embossing powder, it just had a really grainy effect to it. And my embossing powder is very old. I'm gonna have to invest in a new pack of gold. I mean, it's years old, probably like 10 years old. So I am gonna have to get a new one, but I didn't want to lose my card background because I really, really liked it. So I pulled in one of the large yellow circles that I had left over from what I had cut at the beginning, and I'm just re-stamping that. I added a little bit of ATG, just a smidge to hold that in place while I stamped it. And then later on, I will pull that up and I'll pop that up with some foam dots. So here again, I wanted to add a sentiment. I'm pulling in a little bit of this red piece, just enough so that I can stamp my sentiment on top of that. For the inside, I'm again going to go assembly line style here. I have used some of my Nina panels that are trimmed to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I decided to just go with the same sentiment on all of them. I felt that it worked really well with all of the front sentiments. So this one reads, "May all your dreams come true." Now that I've got all of my panels stamped and my front sentiments done, I'm just gonna decorate up these inside panels. I had tons of these shapes left over, and even after doing all the inside panels, I still have a bunch. I could probably get maybe even 5 more cards made out of them. So I'm just going to create another pattern, again using my art glitter glue and placing all of these down. I will trim off the excess, and then for the most part, I'm going to pop up all these panels with some foam tape. And for the inside, I will place those down with my ATG gun. Here are a few close-ups of the finished cards. In the description box below, you'll find my blog post, which has additional photos and links to the supplies I used. Be sure to leave me a comment below so you can be entered into this week's March Madness giveaway. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.